Hello and welcome everybody to Crypto Rosetta. My name is Savage and today we're going to be having a look at Bitcoin. Before we jump into the price action, I just want to say thank you for watching. If you are enjoying that content, please smash that like button. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Turn on those bell notifications so you never miss a video. And why not leave us some feedback down below? We're always happy to hear from you. In the description below, you'll also find links to Discord. Come and check it out. There are some exciting things happening this week, so why not come and join it? It's free to join and you can have a look for yourself what's going on. Everyone, let's get into the price action now. Okay, so primarily I am still looking for this C wave to come down a bit lower here. Ideally, I'm looking to target out this channel line and potentially the bottom of this move here if we extend to the downside. So that 20,354. This would be a zone I am sort of still looking to come down a little bit deeper here. We have talked about previously, we can look at the fourth wave being over here, and that potentially we actually looking to come down, form a B wave, and then actually look to push down for another structure here, and then that could potentially look to complete this move, or alternatively, this could just complete as an ABC, and then we look to start pushing up for a fifth wave. So we're going to go over both of these options currently. We do need to be careful because we don't have confirmation of this fourth wave yet. We need to make sure that this comes in, otherwise we only have a three-wave structure to the upside, and basically if we fail to develop an additional fourth and fifth, the zone we'd be looking for that support to come in is a bit lower down here. This 19366 all the way down to sort of this 1721, but we would have to keep an eye on structure at that point. We start to develop those five wave moves that we were talking about in the previous episode where we get a deeper push down here, then effectively it would become less likely that this option is in play, and we'd have to just be careful that we don't actually look to break down. Okay, so let's get into the subwaves now. Within this move, effectively, we're looking for this potential to break down as a five-wave move in this option. And there's two ways of looking at that, really. We can look at this as a simple five-wave structure from up the top here, where we're looking at this potentially as a one, two, and then we're looking for this to progress down here to this third wave location, which would be this 20,958. So for the most part, this is still possible within the subwaves of this move. And what we'd be looking for, if I turn on those internals, it gets a bit busy now with this other count on here. So I'm actually just going to take it off just so that it's a bit clearer. So we were talking about a few things. So this is just looking at this as a simple impulse. We count this as a 1, 2, or potentially an A wave. So what we'd be looking for here is to see whether we get this continuation to the downside. So we want to see, we have had a rejection from this zone that we were looking for, and it is possible that, like I said, that we could actually start to break down here for this fifth wave from this location, and where we can look at this as a 1, 2, 3, 5 here, and then potentially we're going to be forming this wave too. So it is possible this is a flat actually, and we go 1, 2, 3, 5 into here. But it would be neater to count it into this low point here. So if that's the case, effectively what we'd be looking for is the potential to move up one more time. And what we'd be looking for within this structure is basically to move back up here, potentially into this zone. So, I mean, we've already come up to this 50%, so it is possible that this could actually just be completed and we look to break down. But confirmation would only come by crossing that 21,622. If we do, however, push up one more time from this area, what we could actually look at is the potential to move up towards this 22,037, given the current price action here. I do think that this is potentially looking to start that breakdown, looking at the structure on the hourly here. So if we do start to break down here, what we'd be looking for would actually be a move towards this box area here. And I think I might need to adjust it. I'm just going to check this because we have come up. No, it's pretty much there. I mean, it is slightly out, but that 21,302 to that 21 and 65 area. So this is something that we need to just keep an eye on. We could actually look for this drop down here. So if we do start to break down, this would be the zone. And we'd be looking for the potential of this becoming a 1, 2, looking for a third wave. So a confirmation of that typical third wave location off of this area would actually be looking to push down towards this 21,150. So that would be a confirmation. And then we could then label that up as a five-wave structure where this becomes a 1, 2, 3. We'd look for a bounce back for that fourth. And then we'd actually look to come back a little bit deeper here for this fifth wave. So if we do actually come down to the 0.618, the zone we'd be looking for actually, if we bounce back up to that 382, would be towards this 21,081 to this 20,973. So this is something that can still play out. We wouldn't want to, within this, if we want to count this as the beginning of the move, we can't cross back up of this 22,090. So if we do actually get another push up here towards that 1 to 1, what we could be looking for is one of those higher fib retracements that we talked about. So this is looking for that direct sell off at this current stage. The thing we've got to be a little bit careful with here is there is potential to count this as a flat because of the structure up the top here. We could argue that we have an A. This is a flat, and we could actually look to push up one more time for a C wave. So this is still possible. I was counting this as a completed corrective move now, but if we do actually maintain this low point, so if I just throw this onto here, if we actually do maintain this low point at this 21,045 and we actually look to come back down here one more time potentially, it is possible that we could find support towards the 786 or even back at the 702 range, the 618. We need to see exactly, we've come down into this range already, so if we do start to move up here and we take this high, that would be what I would be looking at. Is the fact that there's potentially a flat in here, and we'd have to look at this as then an A, a B, and then potentially looking for that C wave to the upside, which could then look to actually extend this out a little bit higher here, potentially coming back up to towards this fourth wave high that we've got marked here at a 1 to 1, which would be this 22,081. So that's one of the possibilities. So we get this push back up here, maybe form a double top, and then look to actually break down. Alternatively, like I said, we could just have a direct sell off here. It is reacting quite nicely to that, but we'll have to see whether the support range holds over here. If we are looking at this potential to progress to the upside, what we'd want to see is off of this current structure, we'd want to hold this 786 line, this 21,680. If we start to break down below that, it becomes more likely that we're actually going to be looking to push to the up to the downside directly and not actually have a continuation up. So that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for this move down towards this zone here, and then effectively that would look to complete this structure here. So if we do get this additional push down here, effectively what this would do is this would then change this would then just sort of extend out this third wave into this zone here. You can see now that we've got this 5 wave move marked out. If we did move down here, it would then be possible to just count this as a simple impulse from this area where we look at it as 1, 2, 3, 4, and then potentially looking for that fifth wave to the downside, which would be taking us towards that 20,737 to that 20,408. So this is an interesting zone. If we do get this push to the downside here, I would be a little bit cautious because it is also possible we just come into this channel line area and then we look to move away. So we need to just be a little bit mindful of that fact that if we're looking for the alternative where this is just an A, B, and a C, and we don't actually manage to push down towards this 20,958, we could actually just move into this channel line area and then look to push up again for an additional structure. But we'd need to see good structure on the way up because otherwise, we could just be setting up for an additional fourth wave. And we're going to go over that now. So effectively, what we're talking about when we say that additional fourth wave is there's a couple of ways of looking at this move, like we've gone over before. We can also look at it as subdivided here as a 1, 2, 1, 2, in which case we have actually come down to this 1.618 of this move already. So it is possible that once we complete one more push to the downside, we could see an additional two fourths and fifths where basically this green wave then completes lower down here. Then we get a push back to the upside and an additional fifth wave, and then we get an additional one with this teal move here. So these target ranges would have changed now. I'd need to wait exactly for this third wave to end before I could put them back on. But effectively, if we do come down to that lower range, we need to just be careful because we could see these additional legs play out where we do get this additional two fourth and fifth waves. So this would obviously be also looking for this completing lower down here and this fifth wave actually starting to break down. So this is something that we need to keep an eye on. If we do break down here deeper, then this would be my more preferred count where we're actually looking for that extension uh, to the downside. However, if we do just move down to that 1.618 area and then look for a bigger bounce, and then so looking at this simple, so if we do move down to this 20,958 and then just have a single bounce to the upside, then effectively that would be looking at that looking at this simple option like this. So we're going to have to give it a bit of space and see how it plays out. But we do have some potential chance for extension here. So we need to be careful. If this starts to become too big, then we'd have to treat it in isolation. And the fact that we could actually be looking for either a bigger zigzag, which could look to take us down deeper, where we form something like this. This becomes an A, we come up for B, and then we push down for a C. Or alternatively, we could be looking for a five-wave structure where this actually pushes down a little bit deeper. We get a fourth wave and a fifth wave. And then if we had to form a bigger five-wave structure like this, it'd be more likely to me that we are actually looking to start that breakdown again and then look to actually break the low and continue this bear market. So we need to just be aware that there is still potential to break down, even though we've been talking about these five-wave moves. That is basically under the assumption that we get the fourth wave. If we do not, if we fail to form this fourth wave in a nice, clear fashion, and get this additional fifth wave to the upside, all we have is a three-wave structure here, which could then still look to break down. So we need to just bear that in mind within the moves. If we do actually break down, then we need to be careful of that fact that we could actually look to come back down here and take these lows at 15,487. So, this is something we'll have to monitor to see how exactly the structure is going to be playing out. But there is still that possibility to break down for a diagonal where we look at this whole move potentially here as a wave one, two, we get another three, four, and a five, and then we're looking for a contracting diagonal to the downside. Or alternatively, we could have some other kind of structure developing here, which is yet to be confirmed. So we need to just give it some space because this does have the possibility still to take out these low points, and then we could actually look to move down again and then basically break these lows and look for that continuation. However, we need to also bear in mind that we could just get, so we could look at it like that, or alternatively, even if we do form this fourth and fifth, this whole structure here could become the fourth wave then, and then we could actually look to still push down for that fifth wave in a bigger five-wave structure, which would be looking to target out quite if this is a flat correction here, this next wave should be quite strong. So if we do complete this five-wave move and we fail to find support back in this zone again, we actually look to push down, take these lows, then effectively we'd be looking out for that bigger five-wave structure to the downside. So, that's something we just need to keep an eye on. If we were going to be looking at it like that, potentially we could argue that our target range would be somewhere in this area of this 13,792 to the lower range of this 11,441 area. So, we'd have to monitor the structure as this develops because obviously these things can extend to the downside and we could actually look for lower down within the move. So we'd have to monitor this. Okay. So I think I'm going to leave the video there. If we do manage to hold the support zone, effectively what we'd be looking for is we are still looking for that. Actually, before we do that, what we would need to talk about is the alternative way. So if we do actually look to push up here, like I said, there's a way of looking at that as a flat. Effectively, what we could be looking for is something like this. This is looking at this third wave over here. And what we'd be looking at for is this is an A wave, looking for this potential for this B wave to the upside. So this B wave location, I can actually delete this one off of here now because we don't need this. This is no longer needed. So effectively this yellow box area, if we do move up here, this could be a zone that we actually look for rejection. If we're looking at this instance here, where we just form this as an ABC, we come up here, we actually validate by crossing some of these zones of this 22,634, and then we actually look to push back down in a C wave for another leg here, where this becomes an A. We get this push to the upside for a B wave, and then we look for C wave. primarily I am still looking for that 5 wave move, whether we're looking for that extension and then potentially we're forming that bigger fourth wave here, or alternatively, we are looking to actually continue down with this move directly, like we talked about. I am looking for these lower prices, and it'll be interesting to see how we react around this 20,008, it's 20,833 zone, as well as this 19,869 if this progresses deeper. We could get this deeper move here for a fourth, and then basically we push up from that point. So we'll have to just give it a bit of space and see how it reacts. But if we do push to the upside, this is the zone where I'd be cautious of this rejection area. And we can also argue that if I extend this out slightly, this previous channel that we were within, we can see that this could actually become a retest of this area. And then we could actually look for that breakdown to the downside again. There is always the possibility we could have a really short fourth wave here. So we need to just monitor this move and see if we do actually look to push up for this fifth wave, which would be looking to target around this 26,117 to this 24,801 at the current time. If we do however face rejection here and push further down, like I said, some of these zones would be more interesting. This 20,000, we're already in the higher range of this though, so we need to just be a little bit careful with this because in reality, besides the micro counting, this could turn around at any point. But ideally, I'd like to see just a little bit more in this, get it down towards this channel line, towards this 382, and then see if we get that confirmation of that 5 wave structure to the upside developing. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there. If you enjoyed the video, please smash that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, turn on those bell notifications so you never miss a video, and why not leave us some feedback down in the comment section below. Always happy to hear from you. If you look in the description, you'll also find a link to the Discord. Come check it out. It is free to join. Like I said, there is a lot of things happening this week, so it's free to join. Come check it out. In the description, you'll also find a link to affiliate links for BYBIT and PrimeXBT, both great exchanges that we use when we do our trades. Check them out. Using the affiliate link does help support the channel, and we do appreciate it. There are deposit bonuses which can be found by clicking through the links below and looking on the website. So check it out if you feel like it. That would be great. Okay, everyone, have a great day. We'll see you